Okay, I won't switch. Okay, I'll just switch on my video for a while. All right, there I am. But I'm going to switch it off to show you my presentation on the. It's about the boson chair. Okay, it's all about the boson chair. All right, let me share you my screen. All right. Our topic is about the rigging of boson's chair and staging. All right. So identify, these are the learning objectives. Identify safe and unsafe practices when working aloft and working overside. A man working at a height may not be able to give his full attention to the job and at the same time guard himself against falling. Proper precautions should therefore always be taken beforehand to ensure personal safety when work has to be done aloft or when working over the side. It is necessary to take into account the hazards involved in work of this type. When rigging boson chair or stages, when we say stages, gentlemen and ladies, it's about the Gindula. The term for that, okay, it is Gindula. And boson chair is different. With the Gindula, it utilizes or it needs or it requires two persons. Reference should be made to the Code of Safe Working Practice to ensure that all safety procedures are followed. It should be noted that prior to rigging boson chairs or stages or carrying out working aloft or working overside, a risk assessment should be conducted and permit to work obtained. So gentlemen and ladies, those are the documents na kailangan. Permit to work at saka risk assessment. Okay? Document yun. No? Pine-prepare ni Chief Officer for the deck crew or for the deck personnel led by the boson, of course. Now, these are the parts of the boson chair. It has a sheet bend, meaning that is a knot, seizing, a rope bridle, seat. It's made of wood, slack or gantline, hitch, holding part of gantline leads up through block and block back to bend and chair. Okay, that's how you're going to tie it. I'm sure in your laboratory it will be shown and you will all do this. Close inspection should be made of the chair itself and the gantline before the chair is used. It means to say you should do visual inspection. You will check those lines if it has a lot of abrasions or some strands that are broken. Or probably the wood or the wooden chair is already broken or has some cracks on it. The gantline should be seen to be in good condition. If any doubt exists, a new rope should be broken out or taken out. Okay. If it requires new rope, then use a new rope. Bridle to the chair should be inspected and particular attention paid to the internal lay and its condition. Safety line with safety harness must always be worn when operating from a boson's chair. Okay, for the purpose of safety, it's not safety belt anymore, but it's safety harness. When you're going to wear safety harness, it will tie all around your body. So that is much safer. Even though you are riding the boson chair, while you are probably painting, working aloft, you need to wear safety harness. That's for emergency. This line should also be inspected before use, then secured to a separate anchor point. Okay, when you say separate anchor point, it is fast in a strong point on deck. So even if you fall, it is capable of withholding your weight, okay, and saving you from harm. Rigging the boson's chair. So there's a gant line, double becket bend, bridle, short splice, hardwood chair. When working from a boson's chair, the following precautions should be observed. Always secure the gant line to the chair with a double sheet bend. Always have the chair hoisted manually by 2 or 3 sailors heaving away on deck. Any tools, paint pots, etc. should be secured by lanyards. Tools should not be carried in pockets from which they may be easily be fallen. So, for example, if you are painting, it should be taught in a heaving line, in another heaving line, and it's not together with you or together with the boson chair itself. Okay, it shows or seems like this picture. So these are the precautions. When riding a stay, it is essential that the bow of the shackle and not the pin ride on the wire. The pin in any case should be seized. And it should look like that. Okay, bow shackle. This is the bow shackle. And there's a double sheet bend. And this is your gant line. Gant line, it's the line where you can adjust. Ito, double sheet bend, dito ka rin nag-a-adjust. And with the gant line, it is fast on deck. Okay? For example, if you are working on the mainmast, should work be required about the funnels, aerials, radar scanners, and the like, the appropriate authority should be informed. What are those? Of course, it's the master or the chief officer, engine room, radio officer, or the bridge duty officer, respectively. So that is the funnel, working in a funnel. The lowering hitch is normal when the chair is to be used for a vertical lift. The man using the chair should make his own lowering hitch. The care should be taken, whether making a vertical lift or when riding a stay. Ensure the tail block or lizard, whichever is being used, is weight tested to check that it's properly secured and will take the required weight. Okay? When it's necessary to haul a seafarer aloft in Boston chair, it should be done only by hand. A winch should never be used. So you're going to use the boson chair, it is manually, no? It is manually manual lowering by the weight of the person sitting or riding on the boson chair itself. It shouldn't you shouldn't use the windlass or the winches itself just to hoist or heave up the person riding the boson chair. These are the examples of schematic drawings on how to rig the stages. Okay, when we say stages, we are talking about the term Gindula. Okay, Gindula. A large marlin spike hitch formed on the bight of the stage rope and slipped over the horns is the usual method by which ropes are attached to a stage, but so many young seamen experience difficulty with this method. Okay, so first it should look like this. You can see my arrow from the left going through here, and this one, and this one also. Okay, this is another method. I will show you the video later on, so no worries about that. Check that the stage is clean, free from the grease, that the wood is not rotten, and that the structure is sound in every way. So that's an example of a picture of the stage. Ito yung stage. Okay, it's like a wood. It's a wooden stage, long wooden stage, and with the letter with a 2x2, probably a wooden 2x2 nailed on this. Okay, or actually it's not nailed. It is bolted. It is much safer. Number 2, check that the gun lines to be used should be adequate length and rig clear of sharp edges. So that's a gun line should be of adequate length. Okay, it should be long and rig clear of sharp edges, or it shouldn't have any abrasions or any taken off strands. The stage should be load tested to 4 times the intended load as per the code of safe working practices. So 4 times your load or your weight. For example, if you are 75 kilograms times 4, that is 300 kilograms. Okay, that's the way how to test it. The stage should be tested up to 4 times. Yes. For this picture, it is not tested as per 4 times. No, you have to test it 4 times. Okay, rigging the stages. This is a Jacob's ladder. Can you see the picture on the upper picture? It says Jacob's ladder. And there's what you call the Gindula or the stage. One person is riding the stage on that certain picture. For the lower picture on your right, lower right, you will see that they are working underneath the bridge. Okay, on the probably this is starboard bridge side, bridge wing. Stages should not be rigged overside for working when a vessel is underway and making way. The gantlet should be of adequate length and rigged clear of sharp objects or edges, which could cause a bad nip in the rope. A correct stage hitch together with lowering turns must be applied. Okay, so first from the top, from the 2 meter of the gun line, start making the correct hitch to the stage. Observe keenly. And then after that, you will make a bow line. Inapakan niya, he stepped on it just to make sure that it is taut. Okay, this is the inboard. Of course, this is the outboard, yung off or far from the deck or the coast or the shear plates of the vessel. That is the outboard. The stage hitch should be made by the seaman going onto the stage. It is made about the end and the horns of the stage. For additional safety, 2 alternate half hitches should be made about the horns before tying off the bowline. Okay, as I've told you earlier, this is a bowline. The lowering turns must be seen to be running on opposite side of the stage to prevent the stage from tilting. Take 2 or 3 round turns around the stage and then belay the downhole around the turns. One to the inboard and the other to the outboard. Okay. Safety line and harnesses. So those are your PPEs. For each man should be secured to separate point, and this must be tended by a standby man or men on deck. Okay. So they both have safety harness and safety line is taught on it. Side ladder together with a life buoy ring or buoy should be on site. Okay, on the right picture, you will see a life buoy standing by. All tools should be on lanyards and the gut lines extended down. Normally, if there are tools, andito siya sa bucket. You can see there's a bucket and it's taught on a heaving line. Okay, rigging and rigging bosun's chair. Let me show you the video. If there's any problem, gentlemen, you can just watch it on the module 7 later. Okay. Naririnig nyo ba? Parang wala akong naririnig. Okay. Naririnig? Wala. Okay.
Wala po.
Wala po, sir. Hindi rin po nagpe-play.
Wala po, sir.
Hindi rin nagpe-play.
Login.
Okay.
Hindi po.
What about this one? Let me know if it's playing and you hear any sound.
Wala din.
Wala po, sir.
Wala rin
Lag
po.
sir yung video sir.
Nagahang.
Wala?
Wala po, sir. Wala pong sound.
Wala po sound.
Narinig nyo? Hindi. Hello?
Hindi po, sir.
Hindi po.
Hindi po sir.
Hindi po.
Okay, with that, I'm going to attach the video on the modules and week 7 for the actual rigging of the bosun's chair and then the staging. So I prepared 2 videos here, okay? Rigging the bosun's chair and also the staging. Questions? So a bosun chair or bosun, it's the spelling, it's boats and wing. Okay, bosun chair. It's a wooden board slung by rope and used to sit on while working at height or over the side of the ship. A stage is a substantial plank on which horns are bolted to the underside, secure stage lines around the plank and the horns with a marlin spike hitch, and then bend a bowline in the standing part, forming a bridle. Ito yung bridle, gentlemen. Yan. Okay. So requirements are gant line, man rope, and life jacket. Of course, life buoy. Okay. So this is the video that I've attached about the use of boson chair and also staging, aka or also known as Gindula. Understood, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Po, sir.
All right. So if that's the case, since you are not able to watch the video itself, I'm just going to attach it on the modules. Thank you very much. That's about boson chair and stages or Gindula. Questions?